Hey everyone, Cole GZ, new release preview for Friday, May 2nd, 4 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Hawaii time. We have a lot of stuff again this week. For example, just got in the new Sumo series from Moyes Lures. They just came in. We wanted to get them up really quick because we know you guys would be looking for those, especially as the season's about approaching here in the mainland US. We got new Jackpot Lures. We do have some other Moyes Lures we'll go over. Over here in the corner, we got Aloha Deep 6, Big Reidee restock, and then again some more Moyes Lures. Over here to my left, we did restock the Gemlox Halyard locks that we've been selling. They've been moving really quickly, so we had to get some more in. And we also have some other products from them coming out next week. And then at the very front of the table here, we have new Tailz vinyl strips, and I'll go over those in a bit, and also their Fire Stars, which is their rigs for their Tailz dredge strips. Okay, before I kind of get rolling, I will give you guys an update. We just received a large shipment of tantrum lures in. We've been getting pounded with questions and wondering when we're getting a restock of those, and they just came in. Next week we're going to release Rick from Arizona, and then we're also just got in our swivels that it seems like everyone's asking about. Those will be re-releasing next week as well. We need to get some rigs built and do some other things, but the swivels are coming back out. That's the benchmark swivels from Grand and Tackle. I think that's really all, other than I would just highly suggest you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are going to be pumping out a lot of videos in the next few weeks. You can see we have a new kind of production lineup with these in particular, but we're going to start on Friday. We're going to release a video on how we vinyl skirt lures, and then we have rigging, we have rubber skirting, and a whole bunch of videos we're going to be producing. So I would, again, please subscribe on our YouTube channel at GZ Lures, and you'll start getting notified when all those release. We're going to try and do a Friday schedule coming out, and then elite members will also have some stuff going up for you guys as well. All right, let's just go ahead and get into all the new products for this week. We have the brand new Sumo series at first, the teaser, which is what we've been carrying and what became very popular. We have the XL size now, large and medium. All right, Sumo teaser, we're out of stock. They've been fully restocked. So this is kind of what I'd sort of call an 18-inch size lure. We use Blue Ocean 802 skirts. Just a little tip on the Blue Ocean 802 skirt when we do skirt these. I'm just gonna throw this out there because we've been going through this week. So here's an example, 802 skirts from Blue Ocean. We do cut underneath the bulb, so if you see the big bulb on the skirt, I don't have one in front of me, but you cut underneath that ring and you can slip that on a lot easier than you would a typical skirt. Usually we cut above that ring there and leave, you know, a gap about that much so we have enough material to tie over, but on those, cut below it and you'll get those on a little bit better. Colors, we have a couple colors I want to showcase, but we did a lot of Tailz vinyl. So here you got your Blue Dream, which did pink and blue underneath. And then we have, this is my favorite for sure, the Skipjack. And you'll see a lot of repetition in these color patterns when you go look on our website in particular for all the sizes. So the Skipjack is sort of a triple pour, but you have this purple back that's really transparent. You can see that power shell on the insert along the back there, which you can also see that power shell on this two-tone shell here, power shell and white mother pearl. And there's this holographic glitter line. If you look on the back side, it looks like a globe, okay? And it's super bright and flashy. There's a couple other variations I'm going to show you. Particularly, we have a gold one on some of the sizes that look just like that. But we did this one in a Tailz skipjack pattern there. So really, it just matches really well, really nice stuff. And we have a couple other patterns as well in Tailz and Blue Ocean, and then some head-only options. All right, the XL size, this is where we start getting into the smaller sizes. I just want to show you a quick comparison of these two. So this is your second largest now. Call it more of a 16-inch lure, okay? And here you can see there's another one with the holographic purple back. So this is where, on the teasers in particular, we don't really recommend rigging. Some guys will rig them But we don't recommend it just because it's such a heavy lure. Your hookup ratio is terrible. This is where you start getting into lures that you could easily rig and have a much better hookup ratio. So, which is what we're so super excited about with this Sumo series, because honestly, Sumo teaser is one of our favorite lures overall of all the stuff we use. Chris uses that a lot in his spread, and it's easily our most popular teaser lure. I would argue that. So the XL size, because it has a much, these are 13 ounces in weight, you're getting to where you could actually have a pretty decent hookup ratio on those. But you also on there can run those as teasers, especially for a pitch bait spread. It'd be a great lure for a teaser and a pitch bait spread from the corners. All right, large size, here's two comparison there. All right, large size is more of your 14-inch, typical large size lure. Again, we have all the color patterns. I'm gonna show one more pattern here that it's another new one that's kind of really cool. We skirted these up in Tailz Yellowfin, but we have a blue, green, and yellow back, sort of a quadruple pour almost, with a clear belly and then two-tone shell. And then there's other ones as well. Check them out online. I'm not going to showcase them in full detail there. Then we have lastly the medium size, very similar size to like your medium J-Boy, medium blaster, if that's the size that you really like, because this is an excellent size lure for billfish, for especially striped marlin, but other fisheries that you're not fishing for 600 plus pound blue marlin. This is a great lure there. All right, so that is the Sumo series. I'll show you here real quick just a little quick demonstration of, you can see the size comparison between all four. But yeah, we'll also have some stuff up on our website where we'll kind of showcase that series, and we'll do some posts on our social media. All right, Jackpot Lures. Excited to get a restock in. Lure maker Dell has been making these in a while. So this is the Cameltoe. We pretty much sold out of all of them except for maybe like one head that's like, I think is a blue back or a purple back, one of the two. We have a new Mahi pattern, green and yellow. You could also do this in guacamaya or something for Cabo, Mexico. But we did some Mahi vinyl here. Tailz, we also have Olive vinyl set up, okay? And then we have blue and purple back. I'll show a blue one real quick. Some blue back, and then here's a head and purple back. Cameltoe was named by Captain Momi Bean. Right now he fishes out of the Gulf, but he's he's from Kona. So he's very close with Dell, the lure maker there. And then we have lastly the big blue bullets. We're a big fan of these. This is a really nice sized bullet. I am blanking on the name of the original, but this is, Dell used to work with the guy who made the original design of these. I've talked about these in the past, so forgive me for forgetting his name at the top of my head, but has a really cool design, very long nose, and it's a heavy bullet. But we've caught personally a bunch of fish on those things. They work great, so check those out. If you don't have one, we do recommend those. They're good. And then lastly, not lastly, but we have Sicario bullets. This is the medium Sicario, or the 9-inch version, 9-inch, 10-inch version. Aloha Deep 6. We restocked the mirrored series. Last time we released the Malolo series, we only have a few of those left, but now we have more mirrored ones. We were out of stock of those. This one is a kind of a squid pattern, red, pink, and white. And then we did some feather sword, blue over white. Here's a feather sword one real quick, okay, in clear mirror. We also have blue mirror and then a black tape underneath. Then we got Big Reidee Lures. This is our first restock in quite some time, so we're excited about these. Here's your pusher. Pusher is just a flat nose. All of these are jetted with 4-hole jets. We have slants and scoops. I'll grab one of each. Okay. Here's a slanted nose, kind of a 7-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch lure. We use Blue Ocean 302 skirts, so the 7-inch skirts for these. And here's your little scoop on there. One place in particular that these lures have worked great in is Australia on their southern bluefin tuna. They are in love with these lures in particular, bullets included. Here's some more bullets. And I'm going to show you. We have some pinky, we have some, this is green and white. We have a bunch of different color patterns though. So, and this is another one of my favorites. We skirted one in Superman. We did it kind of a feather sword style, blue stripes, white over red. All right, and then to finish off the Moyes Lures, we got Snipers, which is a 2-hole jetted lure. This is a large sniper. It's a big 12-inch size jet, very bulky. So it's a nice heavy lure. And then we have the small Sicarios right here as well. Okay. Sorry, I said Sicarios, small snipers. Just a smaller version. And then lastly, on the Moyes Lures, we restocked the Tangs, the little small Tangs. We did some in strobes as well, so a Flashby product, as well as some Yamashita rubber skirts. And those are really nice micro baits, like a 4-inch size bait. All right, and then the last thing we're going to touch on, well, I got 2 more things. We did restock the Gemlux Halyard locks. We also have some outrigger kits and tagline kits coming out next week, so stay tuned for that. That includes the Halyard lock set, like triples, doubles, singles, as well as all of the components for building for your outrigger kits, like the black balls, the line and swivels and all that stuff. So excited to bring those out because they're super nice. They make some great products. And then Firetails. All right, we have some new dredge strip patterns. This one is the Pacific Bonito. Okay, this is a brand new pattern. This is the 14-inch series, and then we have one brand new series here, 18-inch. These come in 6 packs instead of 12. Okay, this is the Yellowfin pattern. To date, this is the only pattern he has in these, but it's an 18-inch pattern, or an 18-inch length, so a much bigger bait. So we recommend not putting as many on a dredge for those. And to go along with those, we have now released their fire starter kits. If you have not seen these, basically these make your rigging much simpler. You have on my right side here, this is 3/4 ounce. This is for your 11-inch and 14-inch dredge strips, and then we have 4 ounce, which is for your large 18-inch dredge strips. So you get a 6 packs of these for the 4 ounce, and there's a 6 pack in the dredge strip, so 1 pack of each is all you need. And then on the 3/4 ounce, there's 12 in here, and there's a 12 pack of the dredge strips. So again, 1 pack of each of those and you're good to go. Those makes your rigging a lot easier. We're going to shoot a video on how to do that, and I'll do kind of a shameless plug. Melton Tackle actually has some good tutorials on how to do those, so if you're really curious how to rig those up, he's got some good stuff on there that we appreciated. So, but we will do a video on how to do those. It shouldn't be too long. And on top of that, again, I'm going to just plug our YouTube channel again. Please subscribe. We're going to have a bunch of new content coming out. We are doing, as you can see, a much more in-depth, high-profile video shoots. So we hope that you like these. So subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're going to try to do 1 a week. And that is all I got. So have a good rest of your week, everyone.